Welcome to Cobalt's Couch. I am joined by Chase Fox, Shuby, Ungar, Red, Animax,
Thank you.
RJ,
Hello.
myself, Affix Twin, how do we say that name? Stargazer, Power Pipes, for some reason again, Dandoob, and Machine Core. How is everyone today?
I'm
It's a
also
pretty
in it.
crowded fucking
forgot
couch for over 24 hours.
My favorite part of Cobalt's Couch is when 12 people talk at once.
Just say, hold on, this is an actual couch, is
Sorry,
it?
I'll fix
This is an actual couch, not tomorrow's one. You guys get excited, get ready. We're watching, like you will be seeing this in the next Cobalt's Couch. We're going to be Dandoob does not want to be here. He just left. He's not interested.
No,
Hell yeah.
No, I'm coming back. Fuck off.
Let's go
So
Cobalt
we're
Couch.
going to be discussing the issues with Cobalt drink driving, and pretending that actually makes him somehow worse than he already is. It doesn't. I'm actually just this bad. And then what else do we discuss? There's a new game coming out. I think it's Project Accelerators 2.0. Has anyone seen the gameplay of this? It looks so good.
It looks great.
I love it.
Have you? I've actually played it. It feels amazing. And
What the hell?
here's another sneak peek.
I got milestone.
You got milestone. Here's another sneak peek of all the upcoming cars for Hot Wheels Unleashed 2. I hope you all saw that. It was nice and quick. I wasn't streaming the screen. I'm not screen sharing. And now we shall continue on to the real couch instead of wasting your time. Welcome back. It is another Cobalt's Couch. I totally didn't forget about these for a few weeks. We actually had the first race of season 5. I forgot to do one before that, but here we are, ready to go with a new season and all that. But first, who we're joined by? We've got Chase.
Hello.
We've got Gunner.
Greetings.
And we've got Gambler.
Yo, been a while.
Yeah, it has. You abandoned us, and then you came back for the season, so fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're gonna start with the most important part. First of all, we have sponsors now. So welcome to our sponsors. Sorry to the bandits. You've been cut off. I completely forgot to account for that. But we've got Excel Sugars, Tropical Fruit Smoothies. That's right, a racing team is sponsoring a drink. We got Kiko Tunes. These are as bad as his tracks. Dude does bad tracks in all forms. Epic Z Fighters magnet tape, so you don't fall off the track. We got Bottom Text Shades Code, because someone had no originality when coming up with this sponsor. We got Knee Guy Drift tires. They do all kinds of tires, but you're only buying them to drift. Speedholics energy drink, so you can have an all-nighter and still lose the race the next day. Kami Industries. It looks like it says Kane Industries. I'm sorry, Kami Industries. I don't know what these guys do. I'm assuming something very artistic. Dubious tempered glass. You think tempered glass breaks for no reason? Wait till you try this one. Green neon wrap. That looks like a Bionicle sponsor, but enjoy your new glowing car. We got Hydrocell. I don't know what they do. Reinforced aluminium differentials. Looks like an Amogus reference there. Again, not sure what they do. Probably just aluminium diffs. That's cool, I guess. Beck Validation Co. Make sure your track is up to scratch with Beck Validation Co. Monolith Motors. Just a great place to buy a new car. A big place to buy a new car. This one is what? Dragon's nitrox oxide equipment. Hear that car roar like a dragon. Fusion Performance Oil. You don't want to know what this shit is mixed with.
Oh no.
We got CuroWorks Performance Brake Systems. The one thing that does CuroWorks is our brakes. Syndicate Tuning Shop, car performance and style. Isn't this just Kami Industries but in red? I suppose they also do tuning. Yokai chips. Please don't eat them. Chili beans. BSB chili beans. Bashing since 1969. Please don't eat them. Rally Monsters Off-Road Performance. Don't steer in midair. These tires will not cooperate. And lastly, we have the 64 scale Bandits Paint and Body Shop. We're going to make your car look nice. We're going to make it look snazzy. And then we're not going to be around for much longer. And if anything happens to the paint, too bad. We can't fix that.
Dude, I can't. I feel bad. Rally monsters. When there is no rally to be had.
All right. First up, let's actually have a look at the races this season we had for the first week. So we had Snakes at Rest. Everyone loved it. Such a competitive track. Those that complained about it are just Dan Doob and his followers.
We did have some desync issues, but that's a milestone issue.
That's a milestone issue, and it's only going to get worse throughout the season because this game is just collapsing in on itself. So straight up, good lineup for Street League. We had 10 drivers. That's probably one of the biggest Street League races we've ever had. Power Pipes took a very good win, very easy win, but he's like one of the top 2 drivers this season, I would say. Power Pipes and Kami are just going to be a dominant force all season, so any race that isn't won by them will be more surprising than any race that is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's face it, this is just a warm-up for him.
Yeah.
It was actually kind of close looking back on it. Joda was keeping up. So
I mean, this is Joda. Joda is one of the most phenomenal drivers we've ever had, so that's not a surprise. I'm just wondering, what's the team lineup like? Was there any team that had over-representation? We've got... no, it seems to be pretty balanced. There's 3 from Fusions.
Neostorm was Power Pipes, Animax. Syndicate was Joda and me. Chase, what team are you on?
Wildfire.
You're on Wildfire.
Yeah, with
So
Mickey.
Wildfire was Mickey and you. FX is on what?
Water. The Water guys, I think.
Riptide?
I think he's Riptide.
Riptide.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was
pretty
Riptide.
balanced.
And then, there was 3 people from Lucky Strikers. Represent. All right. So there's not really much to talk about with Street. I sucked and Power Pipes won. That's pretty much it. This one we will actually have a video for people to watch. Actually, the video should come out before this video, so yay. Xbox race. Norton in last place. That's not ideal.
From what I heard, he and Foot had some sort of decent collision and it knocked them both into the last positions.
That's
Yeah,
rough.
really Norton-
Again,
Norton
Power
cannot
Pipes with the
win
win.
the track.
This guy is just sweeping. I think he also does have the game on PlayStation, so he can sweep 3 events.
Yeah, 100%.
Gunner,
you got second.
Yeah, no.
Not gonna be fighting for a podium all season this season.
Nice.
I mean, it was a pretty good race though.
I love how now there's so many PC drivers on here though. Like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 of the drivers here are PC drivers. However, these standings are actually technically wrong. Big Mac on Crack was disqualified for skipping. I gotta say this because we're all thinking it. How do you skip and still come 10th?
Good question.
That's
It's a big yike.
Yeah.
that's depression.
I'll look at it whenever I'm just sifting through all the footage.
Yeah.
I wish you work on that.
He doesn't have a POV that he sent in,
No, he
so I'll
doesn't.
have to just get context clues.
Yeah, you get it from Footloose pretty well.
Yeah, no.
So next week, all these drivers for PlayStation and Xbox are on Haunted House V2. I personally haven't even looked at the track.
It's Haunted House, but better. TRD
Yeah.
did a good recreation of it
Here
without
we
the
have,
spiders.
We have PlayStation League, RMT season champion coming back strong. Really good to see.
He did not. There was actually a.
Oh, that's right. He didn't
milestone
win.
issue.
Fidestic took the win, didn't he?
Yeah, Fidestic won by at least half a car.
Yeah. So Fidestic did win. The game was wrong. So we had to give the win to Fidestic, who was qualified for the finale, which is rough. But good job beating, beating RMD and Dasher. That's huge. And
Yeah.
I believe there was a decent portion of the race where Dandu was in first.
He was. I tuned in to Dasher's stream. It like lap 2, Dan was in first, and then he had some sort of crash.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I could not tell you.
The winner. So I saw what happened from Dan's perspective.
Oh, no.
Dude got
So
bumped.
he'd already lost his positions before he got wrecked by the Street Wiener.
Yeah,
He lost
but he
positions
was
going
on-
into one of the corners wrong, and then Street Wiener just destroyed him. It was Buttons.
and took him out of the race. Yeah, like completely just ended him. Like he was still in like 4th, so he could have had a fight first.
Yeah.
But after that, no, he was all the way back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But 6th place isn't too bad, especially this is one of Dendu's best performances. No, but he put
After
in
getting sent back to like
he put in such a
12th,
big
yeah,
game, big race this one. I'm very proud of him, and I think there's a chance
Gotten a
that he's
lot
going to
better.
take a win this season.
oh, dude, if he does, I'll be happy for him, dude.
Yeah, it's good to see him moving up. And Odoba Chaos returns after taking a season off and immediately puts out a top 5. That's good. Can't deny that that's good.
It is. Earning high rollers some points.
Speaking of teams,
Speaking
we
of
do have
points.
our team placements. Conquerors with a strong start just took off, and Kuro Works are somewhat far behind, but still a decent portion ahead of the others. Only 4 points in it between the Pizzeria, the Fusions, the High Rollers, and the Rogues. So realistically, those last few spots, anyone could end up anywhere. Next season, so season 6 will have crossplay, which means the top team at least will be racing in the Acceleron League for this. So you definitely want to be that top team. We don't know what we're going to do with the other teams just yet, but
We'll figure it out.
we'll guarantee the top team of both Acceleron and Console a spot in the Acceleron League next season, and then we'll go from there. We have, it was Snakes at Rest, obviously everyone was on Snakes at Rest, but for the Acceleron League, this was an insane race. This was the craziest race I've ever seen. I don't know how many of you guys got to see this. This was nuts. Oh my god.
I've seen bits and pieces, but the beginning turn was quite literally between desync, people crashing and flipping all around, and
Yeah,
just
but-
like everyone boosting into that one corner, like the pipe at once, while some of them were already crashed and launching people.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
This
wild.
was-
It looked like fireworks.
My favorite thing about Snakes at Rest is every time we've had it as a league race, it has been such a tight finish the whole way through. We saw that on PlayStation. These cars were side by side, right? So these are regularly close finishes. It wasn't with Power Pipes, he dominated. And this one, while it wasn't a close finish for first, Kami came first and had a 7-second lead over second place, which is bonkers.
Yeah.
The rest of the grid, so from 2nd to 11th, I believe was 4 seconds apart or something. So
Yeah,
seventh.
That's pretty good.
Oh no, it was 2. It was 2 seconds or something. I swear it was
That
like
close.
nuts.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah,
Um,
everyone's so.
I
close.
have it written down somewhere. I just gotta double check where
It's
it is.
pretty awesome. Like I think all the races so far have been like close. Like sure, Street didn't do too well, but like even once we had started having our decent crashes and falling off the map because we're getting pulled off the map and that stuff, like over railings.
Yeah, there
It
is
was
2
we were
seconds
still-
between 2nd and 11th, whereas is 7 seconds between 1st and 2nd. So 7-second gap, and then all these finish within 2 seconds of each other.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's insanely close. Now, the last lap of this was, or the last few corners of this was nuts. So coming into the last corner, that big corner, Den Mirison was in 2nd, and then he was in sight of Kami. His car just overdrifted and did a full 180 facing the wrong way, and he lost all these
He landed
spots from
poorly.
that. Just before
Yeah.
the loop at the end, Norton was in 4th, I believe, and then got rammed by Jumpy in the Jesco, and that destroyed him, just ruined him because he got hit in midair, and that dropped
Hey,
him
I
back
think
down. to 7th.
Norton's losing his title soon.
Jumpy
It's
was in
just be Norton.
Jumpy was in like 5th place or something coming into that loop and ended up finishing 2nd. So he passed everyone in that last little section. It was great. Shuby in 5th place. I think that's his best performance of his career. RJ in 4th to represent Lucky Strikers.
Didn't he do better on Infinitrack season 3?
Oh, actually, he might have.
Season
He might have. I do.
Yeah,
He was
he
fighting
think
for first.
so.
He
Yeah.
He got 3rd.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. Yes, because he would have had an invite, except for 2 people above
If
him.
it wasn't Chase.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Chase. Because
Yeah.
Ivan won.
Yeah. Ivan passed down, and then yeah. My bad, Shuby. Sorry, but still, that's 5th is really good. Like people think, oh, it's all podium, but like every one of these drivers is a star except for Dandube. So you know, beating multiple of these guys is kind of a big deal. And then
did that? Oh, go ahead.
Smoke had a skip. It was an accidental skip. He finished 11th anyway, so like, oh well. Oh, actually, no, he did technically finish 10th. If you do look at the finish cam, like the side-by-side cam, he does finish in 10th. He does beat Akiro, but then because of his skip, he got a time penalty, which puts him behind again. Which, again, when all these drivers are within 2 seconds of each other, a 5-second time penalty would have put him from 2nd to last. Like,
yeah.
So,
what are the rulings for accidental skips? Like, there's a wait period?
Yes. So you need to stop until you are behind the person that you were behind when you did the skip.
And who was he behind when he got launched?
It wasn't from when he got launched because he was up further. Because when he got launched, it was a crash. So that is a crash. He falls off the track and resets as normal. Instead, he reset on a separate piece of track so that it goes from the moment he reset. Because that is when the skip was performed.
Gotcha.
So at that point, he was in 12th place behind RJ, and he needed to have waited for RJ to pass, which, did not. But he wasn't disqualified or anything, just that time penalty, because he saved 5 seconds from doing that skip.
So because he fell off, he would have been placed in last. So he should have waited.
Yeah, exactly. He had fallen off the track. When you respawn after falling off the track that early in the race, you end up in last place, which even before he fell off, RJ, who was in 11th at the time, had already passed him. So he was already in 12th before the reset. Mm-hmm. And then the reset put him in first place. And then he got overtaken because he still had to gain speed. But he immediately hit a boost pad, so he ended up in like 4th or something after resetting.
I knew when I watched his POV, he got hit by Soul when he was around like 5th or 4th.
Yeah.
Is why I was wondering.
Yeah, he was like top 4 when he got hit. But then just kept racing, which unfortunately, guys, we can't keep racing in that situation. Now, it's hard to determine with console who's going to be in, who's not going to be in. That's still kind of a hard thing to figure out with a lot of this, especially with the issues we had last week. But I do want to talk about next week for Wildfire Canyon and who we're expecting to see in. Fusions. Oh, sorry. All right. Do we think we know who's going in for Fusions? It's just Dasher, Pickles. I'll try. Like, I don't know. That's the thing. We don't know. It's too many things, too many variables to talk about. We can't really determine who's going to be in for these. Sorry. I still haven't fixed that.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
All right. So, Wildfire Canyon. This is the home track for Wildfire. Who do we think they're putting in? Oh, I've screwed this up. Our chats aren't showing up. That's all right. That's too bad. Figure that out. Mickey's going to be going in. This is like a high top speed sort of track, right? So Mickey's probably the Chase, you're on this team.
It's a mixture.
You have the inside info.
Yes, I do.
So these videos come out after the race has actually happened, so you can't leak anything.
The drivers that we have that are going to be in it are Vlox and Billock.
Okay, cool.
Oh, cool.
I was thinking Velox is a good choice because of cheater for this track. As long as he doesn't get wrecked, it's a fast car with boost pads. Batmobile, I have no idea what this car does. I've never seen it used at all.
It looks so good.
It looks so
okay,
shit.
that's technically not.
Like the Batmobile
No,
looks like
the
crap.
livery.
I don't know how the
livery.
livery looks, obviously.
Oh, it's the one. I think, in my opinion, it's the best one.
Okay, that I'm hyped for. It's a nice theme.
Batmobile
Very
is
nice.
a pretty okay car, mainly because we have seen it raced once before, and that was for the DC Heroes versus Villains event.
Yeah.
I drove it, and I remember getting killed by corpses back then too. But I caught up a little bit, so it drives really well.
Syndicate. Who's going in, Gambler?
Oh boy. So I actually know all 3 people, including the sub.
Yep.
It is Joda and Dead.
Well, Joda has said he wants to do all 12 races this season, so
Yeah.
he's going to try and do
He
every
mentioned
race.
I might have to earlier, but and then the sub is me.
Okay. I mean, that's good. Twin Mill's good for the track. Solid Muscle, it's Joda. Joda can drive anything well, especially Solid Muscle. And 24 Hours is another really nice one for the track because it's just got a high top speed and all that sort of stuff.
We got a 2 flat on the track so far. He holds the record.
Look, I hate to be a bit of a downer here, but Kami's winning everything this season. He's insane. He has only gotten better since becoming the season champion. And I think he's winning the season. He's winning the finale. I can already call that. The only person that is a threat to Kami winning this season is Power Pipes, and they're on the same team. So hopefully everyone can work as teams to beat their team if they want to beat their team. As far as the individual finale goes, it's going to be Kami. He's already got his invite.
It's unfortunate Alpha had a lot of living issues because she's putting up times to compete with Kami and beating him on
She
some of the
might
tracks.
actually be able to get brought into a team as part of the mid-season draft. And I feel like every team is going to be fighting for her for mid-season draft.
The moment she comes in, because I will say this for anyone who is interested and is listening to this for statistics, she is putting up record times to compete and beat Kami on some tracks.
Oh, she's already beaten like 2.
All right. So, Riptide Stripes. Who wrote Riptide Stripe? Shooby!
Shibby!
So Shoes, the
Shootster!
third.
It's probably actually been fixed. This is a really old shot. Anyway, I guess we don't have anyone
I
from
can
the
check
team
real
here.
fast. I'm curious now.
I wouldn't say Jers. I don't think Jers.
I
is
don't think
racing.
no.
Trackmanga-
You wouldn't put Trackmanga in here. You wouldn't put the Flash is super fast
Jumpy
here.
might.
So
I think Jumpy or
Yeah.
like Cheetah.
Jumpy just got second. He's thirsty for
Actually,
a
maybe
win.
Soul, because BMW would do really well on it.
Is it a
BMW
Saturday
could
race
do.
or a Sunday race? Do we know?
I can check.
If it's a
Joda
Saturday race, he might.
Joda put the entire
It
thing
is-
in.
A Saturday race.
Okay,
It
so
is a
Soul
Saturday.
Crusher might, but I feel like sending in Soul Jumpy 2 weeks in a row is probably not their plan.
Probably not their plan.
I think Happy Eye's
Yeah,
a
they'll
really
probably-
good pick here. I
yeah.
think they're putting in Happy Eye
Oh,
and possibly
wait.
Jumpy.
Well,
I think this is speculation, but I've been I hang out with Affect sometimes, and he's been practicing this track. So if I can make an educated guess, Affect might be.
yeah.
It's
driving
very
in
on theme
Wiley.
for Wile E. Coyote to be on this track.
Why, of
The
course.
bold choice.
If we see Affect on this track, he's really trying his hardest. I hope he
Okay.
does well.
Well, that'd be cool too. I really want to see Jumpy get a win this season.
Oh,
he's
100%.
He's been fighting so hard for it, and he deserves it. So
He's
I'm really
finally in a car where he won't get bullied or as hard.
Bro, he's in like the car. Like this is you. Once you put a qualified driver
He
in this
is
car,
the
they start
bully.
winning. This is where
Yeah.
this is where he steps up to being a big boy, being in the Jesco. He's not going to be just
And-
the number 2 man
Listen.
of his team anymore. He's going to be an individual that we recognize for his own skills and merits. It's going to be great.
Him and Norton. Norton normally bashes people. Knock one that he can't. He gets bashed by Jumpy. That Jesco is just too strong with DC.
All right, Blackheart Racing. I actually don't have the inside information on this one. I think, as a guess, probably Norton because his car's fast. Ivan would be a good pick here, but I think he can only do Sundays, so it's going to be probably Igor.
I think
Or Ty.
Stargazer might be.
Ty.
I
hasn't
think it's
practiced
Ty and
it.
Star. I think it's Ty and Star.
Okay.
Ty is practicing the track, and he's been talking about it.
Yeah,
And,
Ty's a good pick for this.
Star, the Aston Martin's been putting up some good time. Not like top tier, but some decent time, solid times.
Yeah, yeah.
Ivan
Yeah,
also would be
Can
strong one if you could. do
Ivan
this.
can't do this one.
Okay.
Ivan's a Sunday only racer, so it's good to have that information.
I do not know if the Jesco will have the benefit. but
Yeah,
I do.
I feel like the skill level is high enough that people can kind of negate the benefits of the Jesco.
Well, put it this way: 24. So me and Kami have proven on the really sharp corners that we're pre-turning like way before, and the Jesco, its biggest strength is that it turns really sharply, really quickly, almost instantly. The corners you need to take require a bit of slide in them.
Yeah, yeah.
So the strength of the Jesco is now its weakness on this track.
All right.
The truth is, Jesco's strength is when collision's on because everyone's too afraid to go near it.
All right.
That
Neo
too.
Storm Evo.
Kami.
Yeah, they're putting Kami in. There's no reason not to.
Power pipes.
And yeah, like I don't know. No, they didn't in the first race though. It was Kami and Akira in the first race.
Yes.
I
It'll either
don't.
be Animax or Granables. I'm
The
pretty sure.
reason
I don't think
I said
Animax is
power-
going to go hard on putting in Kami power pipes every race. As much as you could put in Kami power pipes every
Yeah,
race
fair
and have, a really good shot at the season, basically getting 1-2 every race. I don't think he's going to do that. He's obviously because he would
The
like to
reason-
drive and he'd like the others to
the
drive.
reason I said that was Kami and power pipes were going hard in practice.
The
As
thing is-
far as I know,
See that's the clever thing that they're doing is Kami and power pipes are going hard in practice on every single track because they're also wanting to win in Street League and they're also just putting out those times for their teammates to try and catch up to and just to show their teammates what can be done. So at this point, just because they've got the track record doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be doing the track. I really don't have a read on this team and have no idea who they're going to send because they're doing that. Because their top two drivers are putting in all this practice, I can't tell who they're going to send in because we can't tell who else on their team is doing well.
if you want to base it off cars, then I would say Toxic is an option.
Yeah, Toxic is an option.
Toxic.
Only if he's
Garn
putting
on the
out good
exotic,
times. Beck is
and
also another
Akira.
option. Supergirl seems good for this.
Supergirl's more of a really drift heavy car for the scene. Like it really is beneficial on more drifts.
I think Power Pipes is a great pick for this, but he's a good pick for everything. His car is so well rounded, and like Kami's obviously
He
an insane
got-
pick for everything. I just like as
He got
thing,
his
I
man.
can't think of a
Power Pipes got
situation
his-
where you don't put those two drivers in. Their cars are good on every track, and they are phenomenal drivers on every track. So it's so hard for me to try and predict who they're going to put in. I have no idea. And finally, Lucky Strikers. This has not been updated. I'm sorry. We don't have Maurice anymore. We've got other drivers. We have
Yeah,
a full
like
roster.
me.
Yeah, Gunner's in here.
Dandu.
Nader is in here.
No,
Dantube's
he's
already.
in-
Nader's
No,
in
he's
here.
in what's it called? He's in the SDH variation.
No, he does both. Like obviously Twin
Okay,
Mill is
he
just
does
Twin
both.
Mill. It's again just a Shuby mistake that I need to update these. That's a Cobalt
So
mistake.
if he's in legendary, he has a chance because while I love
So
while I
inside
think-
information, obviously I do have that, being that this is a team I'm on. Nader is
Mhm.
100% racing. Miku keeps asking me, despite the fact I keep saying, no, this is not a track you want me on. And he's like, hey, Cobalt, how's practice going? Are you doing well? And I'm like, dude, I can't do this track. My car on this track is
Archer
5
would be
seconds
good.
behind. And it's not happening.
I mean,
think
I'd
he's
love
asking-
to, but
So I think
And it
he's
just-
asking because your boost strength is so
no,
strong.
no. My boost strength means nothing on here. There is tracks my car is good with. This is not one of them. Like my best time is 5 seconds behind Kami. I'm not putting out a time that slow, and that's if I make no mistakes. Okay, that is a perfect run, 5 seconds behind. I can't. That's not a competitive time in anyone's books. So it's gonna be Nader. He's already signed up for it. RJ and who's our other? Oh wait, not RJ.
I want
Gunnar,
to,
who's
but I've
the
just
other
not been
person?
able to practice it.
Who's the other person that can't practice it? Is it Dandu? Yeah, Dandu also.
It's either
can't.
Dan or me, but
Yeah.
neither of us can play
Yeah,
it.
both of you are like, yeah, we're keen for this, but we just need to practice it. So at some point we'll have to set up and do practice lobbies of it.
I wish you guys good luck. Hey, let me know if anyone needs a lobby. I do have all the DLC.
Yeah,
so I
I
don't
think
mind hosting
Ghana
lobbies.
definitely needs it. Ghana definitely needs lobbies. But yeah, I think that's everything for today. Yeah, it's cool.
Yep.
Nice, quick one. Well, quick-ish. I guess we'll see you all next week for the next couch. It's been fun. It's been sad to forget about these for a few weeks. But yeah, we're back. Hopefully, I might just get someone else to do these because my schedule is being a nightmare. Even now, I'm missing dinner to do this.
I mean,
I
talking
need
about
food,
races
too.
would be too hard.
I'm
so.
hungry.
Anyway, we will see you all next week. Also, who are we predicting is going to win? Is it just a Neostorm win again? Although,
Yeah,
actually,
likely.
it might not be a Neostorm win because if we look back here, Riptide's on top.
Riptide's winning.
Riptide is winning.
I think so. It's going to be real funny if Riptide. This is the one season Riptide gets their win because the trend ever since Riptide and Syndicate both were formed was Riptide would stay one position in the leaderboard right behind Syndicate.
Yeah. Also, I
So,
just noticed
hopefully
this.
we can
Riptide has gone with the water background and shark pictures for this season.
Yep.
That's so cool.
I think
Is it-
Syndicate might actually be second. Like, might actually shoot up.
Yeah, Syndicate will do
Alright.
better. Like, obviously, they had a bad time. Den was going to come second. That would have given them. That would have doubled their points if Den had finished in second place. They'd be up here in third. So it's just unfortunate that he just got screwed over by that one part of the track that screws people over. But yeah, so
The dip is so brutal, dude.
thank you all for joining me, guys. And once again, thank you to our sponsors. Yeah, I guess we're going to head out and Chase, give us your best Riptide. Thank you, Chase.
Riptide. Yeah, there we go.
All right, toodaloo.